We are, quite honestly, a long way from a Biden administration. All of this is still hotly contested. But the Biden team is already talking about one of the first things they would do in office, and that is to forgive $50,000 of student debt. Now, I want to dig down into the implications of this because it kind of reflects the way that these people think. The first thing to notice is that the reason these kids are in debt is because they have all been part of a college ripoff scheme. Even though inflation has been very low for the past several decades, colleges have been jacking up their costs. Now, this runs against common sense because technology is lowering costs, but colleges keep increasing costs. Now, why do they do this? They do it because they know that a lot of the money is coming from the government. So colleges jack up the costs, and then the government steps in and pays those costs. So it's kind of a collusion between the colleges and the government to rip off the taxpayer. And this has been going on now, as I say, for a whole generation. Now, why would the Biden camp be targeting college debt? Well, I think the sad truth is that part of what they're up to is they are fighting a kind of class warfare that goes without speaking, without being named. And that is, they want to transfer wealth away from, you may say, the Trump constituency, working class people, toward their constituency, which is basically the people who get worthless liberal arts degrees and can't get jobs. So this is a transfer scheme to move money away from people who may not have gone to college, but work hard, pay taxes, take their money, give it to spoiled brat kids who are living in their mom's basement. And this is a reward for those worthless constituencies supporting Biden. You see this on a larger scale. There was a lot of discussion during the campaign about outlawing fracking. Biden goes, I'm not going to outlaw fracking, but he's made it clear he wants to move away from fossil fuels and move toward alternative energy. Why? He's trying to impoverish the constituency that owns oil companies, Republicans, the people who work in industries like fracking, working class people, but without a college degree, they're making $100,000 a year. So this is a mode of upward mobility for people who haven't gone to college. Biden wants to basically weaken those people, undermine them, take away their money, and give it to who? Give it to all the people who work in sort of wind power, the bohemian folks who work in these alternative industries. So what we see really here is a Democratic Party under the guise of social justice, helping the poor. All of that is the smokescreen. The real idea is to identify the people who didn't vote for you, take their earnings, take their cash, give it to your own constituents. It's a socialist technique that's been tried in Venezuela, many other countries. It's ultimately a theft scheme, but one that masquerades behind the banner of social justice.